Welcome everybody, welcome to the latest live stream. Hope all is well. Welcome to Peter Wray's Adventures, where life is an adventure. So what I'll do in a sec, see who we've got in. Hopefully the sound and the mic's all okay. Looks like we're all good, and that. Also at the top here, we've got about the latest news on the Royal Mail strikes. I'm going to pull a post as well from Andrew's Monumental UK's Facebook group, where a guy, Dave, he put on the what are the Royal Mail strikes when they are, and you can see most of that. I should be able to in the top here. Also, it's live stream 291, getting right near that 300 mark. Can't believe nearly 300 live streams. Is this rock and roll, or is there more to this than meets the eye? Meaning, is reselling all rock and roll regards lifestyle, or is there much more to it? Basically, these days, can you do what you like in your lifestyle regarding reselling, in a way to the fact that there is more money to be spent out on, like your gas, electricity, water, whether you put heating on or not. It also depends if you're like part-time, full-time, got a partner, live on your own, or wherever you are in the world. Like, you used to be able to like be rock and roll, you'd be going here, you'd be like what you're going there, like what I put on the thumbnail, the beach in Eastbourne, where you can basically go off and do this, that, and the other, and still working through getting those sales. You can do this, that, or the other. But these days, it's very difficult to do a lot. So, is it rock and roll? The regards reselling lifestyle, or is it just a pain in the bum? What we'll do, I'll get through and see who's popped in the side chat. So, welcome everybody. Michelle's popped in there. Welcome, Michelle. Chris Tyler. Daniel Palmer's popped in. We've got Secret Carper. Jimmy Riddle. Hey, welcome, Jimmy. I'm sorry I missed your show yesterday. Jimmy Riddle show. Jimmy has a show on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock for about an hour or so, and does a lot of songs, a bit of comedy here and there, and a lot more as well. Do pop over to Jimmy Riddle show, give him a sub, like his videos, and check out what he does, because it's very good content. Really enjoy it, but I did miss last night's. I hope that went well. Hi, Sophie, thanks for popping in. Anton Daly's popped in there. Little Steve, Oliver Ian's there. Damien's popped in. Welcome. Welcome, John. Derek's popped in. Hope all is well. PWW's popped in. Welcome, welcome. And Sophie says there, Chelsea women currently winning against West Ham 3-1. Brilliant. I know John Terry's got something to do with that as well. Oversee all that. As the men are not doing so well, and Todd Bowley's got rid of another guy in the backroom staff has been there 17 years, but say no more on that. Man, popped in. Welcome, Mandy. Something down there. There we go. Cheers, Chris. Thanks for popping that in. Do go and subscribe to Jim Riddle Show. You'll really enjoy it. Right. So, I want to show you that. I got two of these. Well, we're not the same ones, but I'm into my Egyptian stuff. This is Nefertiti, and I picked up two different ones. This one, another one. The other one's upstairs. You might have seen it on one of my Carboot vlogs about a month or two ago, and I didn't pay much, about £3 or £4 each. Made in England. I thought, why not? As I'm quite a big Egyptian fan, I decided to pick these up. So I've got one upstairs. I didn't have room for it, so I thought, why not pop that down Nefertiti and yeah, put it in here, right there. Knock it over. There we go. Nefertiti. Right, let's have a look through. If you've got any questions, pop them in the side chat and I'll answer them as soon as I can. So, what I will do in a sec to get onto the Royal Mail thing. I'd read down the chat, see when you have a chat there. No worries, Jimmy. Thanks for popping in, mate. Appreciate that. And always like to shout out channels. Been out today, picked up a load of craft stock, potentially 90 to 100 pounds worth, but you're free. Lovely. It's always good though when you get free stuff though. It's always brilliant. Was that locally or was that contact, Daniel? Right. Oh yeah. Basically, yesterday I popped out in the late morning, early afternoon to an area that is not that far, about 15-minute drive, if that. About that, I think, yeah. And a nice area called Cobham. It's not far from where I live, right near the Chelsea training ground. And I went to the local high street, and I thought, okay, I'll put a little coat on that's like a waterproof coat, and see what it's like. And it was sunny, and I went round the charity shops because I had stuff else to do. I thought I'll pop down charity shops. I'll take my GoPro, see what I can find. I got some footage to edit for a video on Saturday. Well, actually, no, sorry, no, I might edit that Friday because Saturday I've got something else to do, reselling wise. So I went round, popped into one charity shop, and then popped into the Oxfam. I came out of Oxfam, and oh my days, heavens open! It rained, it rained, it rained, it rained, and it rained, and it poured down. I got soaked. I snuck underneath like a little hoarding. I was like, ugh. I popped in some charity. There's 4 charity shops. Popped into. I looked around the local area for a bit because it's right near Paynes Hill Park, a big park where I've not been for years. I went when I was about in year 5 or 6. We went to see like a moving play, moved all throughout, and it was about Jesus and God and all that sort of stuff. And all I remember about it was people dressed up, and it smelled of rubbery crap, basically. But then we got to dress up in Victorian clothing, and there's a photograph of me somewhere about online dressed as Victorian clothing. But that, yeah, so that video will come out on Friday. Do I give you? No, I'm going to leave that because I've got 2 bits over there which I could show you, but I'm going to be mysterious and leave those for Friday vlog. So make sure you keep the notifications on for that and go through. Yeah, I don't live that far from Cobham. About what I'll say, 15 minutes from my house. Not that far, Sophie. Just hook me up on Instagram. You know my Instagram. So yeah, it's about what I would say about 15 minutes roughly. Depends on which way I go though. Yeah, about 15, 17 minutes. Not that far, because from where I am. So yeah, if you want to hook up, let me know, and we're trying to arrange something and sort something out. To Sophie. So right, that's that done. If you've got any questions, put them in. We got 26 watching. I'm on Instagram, Facebook as well. So you can message me on those, which are linked in the description below. Ko-fi page where you can buy me a coffee, and an eBay store. Plenty of stuff on eBay store. And there's stuff that I'm working through here. Like, for example, I picked up a load of retro gaming stuff, like BBC Model B, BBC for the B for the Acorn, these type of things. I've drafted up these 2, and then I've got these drafted up. For example, swag. I've also got copter capers. I think I picked them up for a £5, you know, a whole load of them. Near the end, about 9 o'clock, about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Red arrows and word-wise plus. There's more I haven't done, but those ones are drafted up, ready to be photographed as soon as I can. Then I'm just about to, well, tomorrow now, have to be after my haircut. So I'll get a haircut tomorrow. Plank walk for the BCB. Not sure about these one. There's one in there which is worth good money. The rest of it is average stuff. Because yeah, the Red Arrows is the alternative software edition. Got chess, the Wizard BBC games from Quicksilver, Blockbuster, all early 80s, and Monster Maths shard software. So I've got loads more up there, probably another 10 more, 15 maybe, but I've only pulled a few out just to sort through what I've got. So it's a lot, working a lot more now in this room. I've got some more stuff to put through, and I need to put some more stuff that I've got but in here for safety reasons, because there has been a burglary about 5 doors down. Nicked a few bits. It's like last week, so I didn't hear that. But yeah, so that's a bit like concerning and that sort of thing. But yeah, that was that. And then obviously, love the great reselling community. Really look forward to the live streams. Yeah, same PW. When I get a chance to look through, I enjoy what's happening. Even Ashley, thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. So, if you don't know, there is a Royal Mail strike. And information that you probably can get through is through this particular one here, Royal Mail strike. I'll put it in the description below after the fact and the comment section below. So 19 days of Royal Mail strikes. Let me just share screen, audio. Hi, Ma. So let's get up to Facebook. This is Money Mental UK Facebook group. He wouldn't mind me sharing this. It's Dave Rowland's post. He's a postie. So there's more strikes for the Royal Mails. So start on 30th of September, 1st October, and that, and then all the way through 19 more days throughout. So you can see there, it's for the CWU Union, I think, if I remember rightly. 24 hours pay, and you got the 24 hours here, for example, 20th October, 25th to 26th. So be careful if you're sending through Royal Mail. Alternatively, look for another courier. If you can, if you live somewhere where there's couriers, like every Yodel, Impost Lockers, and much more couriers, because I personally think that Royal Mail, basically, you're not going to get much delivered, especially like your post and that sort of thing. But be aware though, if you do other couriers, be aware it might take a little bit longer because a lot of other people are using the same sort of couriers, and there definitely is 100% people who are sending stuff, whether they're resellers or not, now between now and Christmas, because a lot of their family live abroad, so they've got to send now for varying places like Australia, America, that sort of thing. Even at the moment, certain places in America are not doing that well. Just to say that, hope if you're watching from America, like Michelle is and that they're doing okay, because obviously category 4 hurricane in Florida, Miami, and that sort of thing. I know a couple of people who just come back from Disneyland 2 days ago, and I'm going to go straight through there, which is a very scary sort of thing. So a lot of people are barricading that sort of thing. Hopefully you're all right over there. And the other place, California, it's dry as a bone. Got hardly any water left. As I was reading up the other day, it's like, wow, scary. In the 90s, which is about 38 degrees here, or whatever, roughly. So that's that. Just remember that. So yeah, there's a lot more here about the process assessing collections. So you can have a look about on Monumental UK's Facebook page. Alternatively, look on the one that I posted on the pinned message, which I'll put in links below. It's really a pain in the arse though, because coming from right up till Christmas time. Last one is the 3rd December. So it's like goes over Black Friday and all that sort of thing, and Cyber Monday, which is a pain. So if you've got like stuff you want to send big wise, and it's like one of those picture days, then you're bold to look up at other couriers, but there's loads here. But pain in the arse though, because apparently they're putting more temporary staff in, get rid of the full-time staff, more temporary apparently. So I'll be looking up, reading through. So do bear with the Royal Mail strikes for 19 days. Let me go up there, stop sharing comments there, keep that on there for later if I need it. But it's a right pain in the bum, that sort of thing. Yes, until the beginning of December, to the 3rd of December, from the 30th of September. So it's 19 days, but it'll impact a lot more of days. So just be aware of that. I collect up bottle caps from pubs and sell them batch of £1,030. Fair enough. That's all right. A decent thing there to do. Bottle caps and that. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain when you're trying to send a lot of stuff through Royal Mail. Done that. Have a look at the one I've got up there. Actually, no, I'll put it up on here. I've got it. No. So I'm just going to go down the list. There, that's what I want. To have a quick look on the other one. Yeah, so Friday 30th of September, all the way up to the 3rd of December. So it's a right pain, to be honest. And that's not like all of that's just basically 19 days, but then it will impact more. And then what will happen is they'll have to go back into their meetings and try and resolve it if they strike even more. The Royal Mail are useless. It's CWU Union like before. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you don't have any missing parcels. So what I'll be doing is looking at other couriers through that date, see if I can send with, and then just send the buyers a message. Yeah, so what I do, I send the buyer a message to say that due to the Royal Mail strikes, I'll be sending this particular parcel with so where that may be at no extra cost to you. Hope that's okay. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Yodel for the win. Pretty much, yes. Well, that's why I send any parcel over 2K. Pretty much. The odd time with Every, but mainly with Yodel, particularly, and that. Because there's one locally down the road from me. But I've got 2 Royal Mail sorting centres, I should say, locally. One in my local town, and one's about a 10-minute drive from my house. I'm like, but funny thing was, the last one that I saw when I had the last lot of strikes, I saw them local outside the Legend Centre, and they were striking. They'd like megaphones out. I was like, oh, thank you very much. So I was walking up that way, and I was like watching them do it. I was like, people were honking the horns and going, hey! It's like, I thought, shut up. All right. Yeah, just be aware, especially with other couriers as well. They might get bogged down with a lot of parcels. So make sure you've got tracking on your parcels and you can track if they get there or get lost. Hopefully they don't get lost. So let's get to a topic a bit. Roughly. So is reselling rock and roll at now? Because back when I started reselling back in, I would say, summer, which it was 2016, it was a bit of a rock and roll thing to do. Not a lot of people doing it. It was a way type of thing. A bit like if you saw the series Men Behaving Badly, that sort of thing. It's like, whoa, what are you doing? You know what I mean? But then as it progressed over the years, more and more people took it up, and YouTube did that as well. Now TikTok and Instagram and all that premierized it, where people are like, whoa, it's worldwide. And the fact is that a lot of people did it for the pandemic, and that's and are still doing it, to be honest. But I don't know if I think still it's rock and roll for the lifestyle type thing anyway, for reselling, to be honest, with the lifestyle. Because basically why people resell, every situation is different via money wise, where they can work out and go, right, I've got a part-time job, I can do a bit of reselling here with a bit of a lifestyle, or I'm full-time, I've got enough money to cover my bills, etc., etc. And the lifestyle for them particularly is okay. Let me know if you find the reselling lifestyle has changed over the years since you started reselling, whenever that may be. Or is there much more to that meets the eye, basically, with regards to the lifestyle type of thing has changed? But a lot of people particularly did it because it gives them freedom to go to appointments or have their kids, or to try and save a bit of money, because a lot of it's quite expensive when you send your kids to like nurseries and that sort of thing, with like day nurseries and stuff like that, or childminders. Because a lot of people back in the day did like full-time work. Now it's quite a lot of part-time stuff coming up, isn't it? Personally, for me, I think from when I started reselling, I personally think myself that the lifestyle has changed. It regards to my situation has changed. Whereas when I started it, primarily as a hobby, gone through, and then when I got made redundant, I took about a month or two off to decide where I'm going with this particular life of mine. Then I progressed a bit more, made more friends, learned more, and thought, oh, okay, I can make some money out of this to help me pay some bills and give my mum some money and for rent and more than that to help out. And then as the bills go up and up and up, it's more thing I like to do. Still enjoy it. So I get to list a lot of things I particularly like, for example, these type of things, gaming stuff, and learn about a lot more stuff and meet more friends. As what Derek says there, more competition at the boot sales and auctions, 100%, yeah. With regards to which comes under the lifestyle in a particular branch off, because if you're thinking like where you can source stock, you can say to yourself, can I source stock through all year, not just winter period, but all year round, right? Carboots, charity shops, jumble trails, jumble sales, garage sales, online auctions, going to auctions, place a marketplace, vintage spot, Gumtree, all that sort of thing, and more, right? And what Derek says there about more competition at boot sales and auctions and other places, right? You're thinking, hang on a minute, can I actually get a stock to actually be able to put 5-10 items on a day and be able to make a part-time living out of it, or even a full-time living? Because you've got to sit down and go through and work out what your outgoings are, as well as your incomings with regards to reselling. And if you can make it work well, then that's a win-win. But if you can't, as a lot of people have done lately, are going back into part-time work. But you've got to keep up the hours with the reselling. It's not just a 9 to 5 job, 5 days a week. Oh no. Some people make it as less. That's their prerogative and how their lifestyle adapts. I find I'm answering messages at 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm about to go to bed, or I'm accepting offers or sending offers, or always looking at ways I can improve me eBay store, or other particular ones Oh, what's that? Oh, just had a missed call from my mate. I'll call him back after this. Yeah, so it's always difficult, really. Um, so it actually says there, I only started reselling to clear my own hoard as an ex-hoarder. Started a few years ago. Used to sell an item a day, at least since the start of this year. I'm lucky to sell one every few months. Okay, fair enough. You got to start somewhere. Yeah, I think most people hoard stuff and then they think, oh, where can I get rid of it? Can I be bothered to go down to the car boot and get rid of it? Do I want to charity shop that? Have I seen someone like myself, Nick Hills or Zahir, sell stuff online? Can you work yourself out with the money wise and stuff and particularly go, right, I can actually do that? Because initially I thought it didn't sound difficult to sell something online, to list it, to get it wherever it may be. For example, just say a pack of cards, for example, just go, right, look at the cards, if they're all there, boom, £15, do the listing, make sure you got it all correct, boom, 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 done, photographs, 3 photographs, done. And that, but no, bloody look, site harder, it seems, like with a lot, because I was a bit like, oh no, it's pretty simple. And then the way I got into reselling is I just happened to because a few years before 2016, no, it might be about a year or two, we sold a big drinks cabinet. And we put that drinks cabinet on eBay, no takers, on the old eBay system, really old one, 2015 or whatever it was. But a ex-work colleague of my mum's came round and picked it up, transported it, I think in like a van. It was no wooden one. My dad got it from Thailand or somewhere like that when you used to go out there. That's the drinks cabinet. We had a lot of drinks in there, proper drinks, and all the cut glass goblets and all the rest of that in there. We didn't need it. It took up like hell of a lot of room. It was in here at one point in the back room. Got it from my grandma's up in the northeast years ago, and that when she went to a home and that. And I always thought, okay, that's my like introduction into putting on something on eBay. One thing, and then I just happened to one wet Sunday in some point in the summer of 2016, I decided like to sign up. I had an account on eBay. I used to buy gaming stuff and whatever else with a collection, with a little bit of scraping the money I had for a collection, which I still got, and adding to it very, very slowly. I decided to see what I got around the house, around my room, and sell that, particularly on a private account. And then I got stuck on wording for an item, whether I can't remember what that was. So I looked up on Google how to do whatever it was. Guess who came up? Nicholas Hills came up. There it is. He came up on YouTube. I think, oh, okay. They didn't know where he's from, didn't know what he did. Well, I roughly knew what he did, but I didn't know much about him. So I was looking at that. At that point, he was in the old shop he had. After the gaming shop, they had like a clothing shop, little kids' clothing shop. And he used to do it out the back in the day of that. And anyway, so I did that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I got some ideas. I looked around, did a tiny bit of research throughout working. I used to work in summer play schemes because my mum owned the business, kids 4 to 11 during the summer and the school holidays, summer holidays and school holidays, and throughout the school term, mornings and afternoons. I did that quite a lot, 5 days a week, and mainly in summer holidays, probably about 3 or 4 days a week, whatever. And then I did that on and off here and there. And then I got made redundant 2017, which was in September 17. I was like, I took about 2-3 months off because I got a bit like what I want to do, the press, all the rest of that. Now I decided, beginning of 18, to come back into it slowly and rework it as I can. I'm still doing the odd video here and there for YouTube, not be much of a schedule. I don't schedule much these days either, but do it as when I can. But I wanted to schedule back then, and now I just decided to keep continuing. And then I sort of made a few friends on texting and Facebook and all that. I was like, cool, let's get somewhere. And then it became like 2019 was a stellar year. Basically for meeting people like Peter Sales Unexpected and some of the other resellers I saw around. They recognised me. I got recognised. I was like, oh no! Getting recognised around the Carboots, charity shops. I remember getting recognised by ITEL Resells, guy with a massive beard. I met him at the meetup in 2019, and I met him at a Jumble Trail. He was buying a load of caps and tops and whatever from a person who had a load out of their front. I was like, okay, and then I just ramped up slowly, and as I am now, over way over 500, not way over, a lot more than that. We have a room full of stuff, and just trying to do as much as I can when I can through life and that. But yeah, I personally think really that lifestyle has changed since I've started. I know that personally, and it changes with your lifestyle, whatever happens, and that and you go, oh, can I resell now? Can I do this? Do I have to help family, or have I got to go back into work and that and this, that, and the other? And yeah, let's go for another look at the chat. At this rate, I'll never get my spare room cleared, but at least I've made a fantastic friend. I've sent with you. Definitely, yes. And also, there's been meetups as well. I've been to 5 meetups. Yes, is it 5? I'm trying to think. I went to Hitchin. Well, there was 2 Hitchins, then Bristol, and then Hitchin. 4 or 5 meetups anyway. Oh, and Eastbourne. So probably was 5 meetups. I've seen loads of people and I made some cracking friends. And glad I started it, to be honest. And also with the regards the lifestyle, right? I made friends, and that lifestyle basically means that I have more confidence to do a lot more things, even down to small things like being able to walk out of my house and go somewhere, drive a car. Because I could drive before I started reselling, but I didn't really want to drive because I was quite scared to do. But you legends gave me the confidence to be able to do that. So that's a lifestyle one thing. And then that would be able to allow me to go further afield to source stock, meet more people and other things, and learn more as well, whether it be reselling related or other things like that. Also be able to do live streams, because from the first live stream I did to now, it's a lot different, because back then I had quite a pronounced stammer, still slightly do, and that. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. And obviously Asperger's is quite a difficult to manage at times. So that also right now I'm got a little bit of a sore throat and sniffles of a cold and a cough. So I'm recovering from that for the last few days. But didn't know having to go out on yesterday and get really wet, like through. That's not euphemism either, folks. Get proper rained on, but there will be a vlog coming out Friday late afternoon, early evening time from the chat shops and like history. Can't really comment, says Sophie. Been selling since January, but learned loads and loving being part of the community. Lovely. That's all it's about, Sophie. Definitely is. That's what it's all about. About the community. Sophie there. Let's have a look through channel. So was that your video I watched earlier, Sophie? Yes, it was about the Selling on Vinted. That's right. I watched that when I had my dinner, and I was sitting there going, "Oh, okay." But I knew quite a lot what was happening with Vinted anyway, and that. But there's a few things that you've read out, and I was like, okay, I didn't realise that, because I've never sold on Vinted myself. I've wanted to buy on there, but I've never actually physically got round to it. I just get busy and forget. Like, but I know people who do sell on there and have brought on there before and like have problems buying and stuff, and people get banned on there. So yeah, right. What we got here down the list. Mandy says there. So what plans have people got to combat this crisis? Yeah. So what plans have you got to combat the cost of living crisis? I don't remember what COL means. Cost of living. Wow. Oh, it's difficult, isn't it? Cost of living is difficult now. Only filling up the car when you really, really need to. Make sure your journey is necessary to go to. Like I live at home, so parents checking all like the bills out and that for that particular thing and the heating. And that's why I'm sitting in a jumper with a legendary YouTubers. Hell on Earth. Check Hell on Earth on YouTube. The Urban Explorers, Three Legends, Al, who's the youngest of them, Johnny. Blimey, my mind's got blank. The other one, I can't remember. There's three of them anyway. They're hilarious. Blokes from up north, east. No, northwest. Sorry, northwest. And they travel all over the world and where they can, and mainly like all of UK. But no, I say about that. Combat the cost of living crisis. Don't put heating on. Check out your what you're using for lecky. Turn all the plugs on if you can. If they're not needed to be on, a lot of things can do, which we are doing at the moment. So yeah, it's difficult though. You've got to treat it like a proper job. You have to list. That's why I'm still in my office listing stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because when I started, I sort of didn't a part seller, and then about 2 years after that became a business. Instead of one day I just phoned up and sorted it out, and boom, done. Yeah, cheers, Derek. Yeah. I say I was listing earlier, and I say it never stops because you're always looking at eBay. When the app doesn't go down, it went down. Oh God, trying to sign in, it went up. I was like, bloody app. And that was, yeah, you're always working through stuff and looking at stuff and looking online for things and learning stuff. So it never stops really. Let's hope so. I'm hoping to concentrate more on necessary items rather than the splurge. Yeah, totally. That's what you got to do, especially if it's Christmas. And you got to try and get the items that definitely you think are going to sell like that. Pucker sales, really. But I've got a lot of stuff that I really need to shift. To be fair, I'm trying to think of what I've got around me. Like, I really need to get these stuff on it. For example, like Monopolies and stuff. I've got that. Monopolies and big board games. And for example, I've got to get that on. Someone will buy that. It works. I know it works because I tested it on my Carboot video and other stuff. So I'm like really getting into it. Much of the time it allows me to do. Oh, definitely, yes, Matt, definitely, yeah. No treats. I don't really treat myself. Too fair. The only treat I need to do is get a new mobile phone. This is the Samsung Galaxy A10. It's over 3 years old. I've just finished my contract on it. But what my mum says, as far as Christmas present, if I pick out a mobile and she'll put some money towards the contract, because I'll buy the phone outright. because this phone's just shite now. It's so slow, and I find some days throwing out the window going whee at the first floor window and crashing it. Some days. And I broke the screen on it, phoned up my mate, it dropped on the floor, cracked the screen on a concrete floor, and I got a new cover on it. And when I went down the next day to get a new cover on the thing, front screen thing, and it frosted over the front facing camera, so it's very, very frosty. I don't really use it very often, so I have to turn the one like I used to years ago, turn it around, like with the back camera, not using the front one. So I do need to get a new phone. So that going straight really. Other than that, I didn't really get much particularly. Oh, I meant to. Damn. I have to show you one thing. I meant to show you the book. I forgot to go and get it, which is very, 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 very annoying. Yeah, we don't really have treats these. I think my mum's birthday soon, so we might have a takeaway. We have a takeaway probably about 4, 5, 6 times a year. In fact, let me just go on my Instagram, which is in the description below. The Buckleys, I got their book, James Buckley's book. I pre-ordered it, got it signed. I got it today, and I read through it. Some of it I knew, especially about James, when he stussed out in between about a year before. So I knew some of that, and he's working at Alvin's, like kitchen fitters. And someone said like, "You're on a telly. Why are you doing kitchens? Why not?" But yeah, I watch their vlogs, and I've seen James in a lot. I first saw James Buckley, which is on my right, your left, in the bill. Basically, the bill's like an old cop drama, and it was really good. And I watched that for years, and he was on that one about twice, I think twice, 2005, 6, or whatever it was. Anyway, and then I've watched James on his other YouTube channel, completed it, mate, for a long time. Haven't seen much now because he does most of it on Twitch now. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm starting to do now. It's list 10 items every day that I can list 10 items. I do a lot of drafts now. I've got nearly left 20 drafts and that. Yeah, no, it's the same. I did a lot of sales. I did a whole, well, 90% of my store still similar about a week or so ago, and I got like 4 or 5 sales out of it. And I do coupon codes occasionally, and I do the because on the eBay you can, on your shop, you can go through and send people messages throughout and go through like coupons, and you can have your own newspaper thing where you can go through and send that to what's happening on your store to people, and yeah, all sorts. So I didn't realize until Bold Finds said it on his video. I was like, hang a minute, Bold Finds, who's got 1 million subscribers, who's in 2 seconds, a legend, not far from me, who Richard, who's there, hi Richard, had on his podcast. And I was like, oh, I didn't realise, okay, he was going through crunching numbers, like what Pete does, sales unexpected, crunching through numbers. I was like, that's a good idea. That's a fucking good idea. If I can use that, I will absolutely use that one straight away. I have, and it's worked out well. If I remember to do it, I'll probably do that tomorrow anyway. Right, hi Richard, thanks for popping in. Just going down the list if I can. Ah, yes, I saw your picture on Instagram, I believe it was, yeah. Was it Insta or Facebook? One knows. You met JR Reselling. Hopefully that vlog comes out soon. Cheers, Jasmine, thanks for popping in. I thought, why not? It coincides with the COL, cost of living crisis anyway, with reselling. No worries, Kathy, thanks for popping in. Indeed, yes, indeed, you did. And you also got a sale from me, if you remember, about 2-3 years ago, where I went to Richmond upon Thames, where the eBay headquarters is for the might be for the whole UK actually, or just England or whatever. That's not far from where I live, and I was doing a little bit of on Instagram. No, on was it what did it Instagram? Yeah, I did on something anyway, and Mandy just happened to get a sale out of that, which was quite late. Hey, all right, how you doing? Thanks for popping in, mate. Yeah, it's been quite a while, mate. I hope all is well in your jobs and life and that. Do let us know how you're getting on with your reselling and what sort of numbers you're pulling out and what particular things you're looking in to sell this Christmas. Hi, Bill's thanks for popping in. Indeed, you did. Yes, you both met me on the same evening. That's right. Indeed, yes. And that night I had a few too many drinks. I woke up the next morning, but like, oh my head. But that's why I stuck to cider next day. But but no, we need to get another meetup soon. Anyway, really do, because it's been too long for a lot of people to come to the meetup via pandemic and that, and through how far it is anyway. Because I managed to get to the Eastbourne meetup with the fund I had at that particular point back in July. In July, really nice weather. Met a lot of legends there and had a few drinks. Well, more than a few. And I really enjoy those meetups and that. And shame I can't get to the one in Manchester. Too far, trains too much anyway. Can't afford it, unfortunately. But a lot of people are going to the one in Manchester in October. Just a bit too far for me. It costs like over £100 or more for a train, and then accommodation and booze and that. So shame. But there will be other ones that meetups and that. But I say, if you're local, you want to meet up, then always let me know via Instagram or Facebook, and we sort it out. Right, just go down the list. Trying to make it jump. You were at a local toy fair, says Daniel. Sunday, brought a few bits and sold a bag of dead stock figures for 40. That's not bad. That's what Z does. Toy fairs and that thing. And there's quite a few happens local to me, like Sandown Park and that sort of thing. Daniel, I know there's one in Bolton toy fair that's really popular. A lot of the toy fair, well, people who collect toys and that, sell toys, go there quite a lot. And some of them now become resellers part-time, just to get rid of their backlog of stock. Oh, pardon me. Hi, Pixel Retro Collectibles. Thanks for hopping in. Excuse the voice, got a bit of sore throat and a cold and a cough, so try not to speak too much. Down the list. Oh, right. I was going to get rid of sods. I remember once on a Furby, right? It'll be on one of my vlogs, 2021, I think it was. The old trolley I had before it gave out the ghost. I had a Furby in there. It wouldn't shut up. I was like, shut up! Shut up! It kept going off. Not one of these type Furby booms. I was like, I ready to kick it up down the field, and because they put the batteries in it. But she had a problem when you kept batteries. Because I don't take batteries and that sort of thing and test stuff. I know I should do, but I always forget to grab some, and I think it takes too long to put something in there and get but it is worth it in the end, I suppose. But then you get arguments about it. Yes, more to reselling than just eBay. I've been branching out into other platforms. Mystery, not focused on social media for the last 1 month. Been busy trying to get Depop Vintage off the ground. Okay. Just be careful of Vinted though, Adrian, because as we know, you can't sell as business on Vinted. And recently they've changed the goalposts via Sophie's video there. SB Sophie, it's up there somewhere. got a channel, and very careful of that. But yeah, good. In future, try and get them off the ground and get more, because if you get booted off one platform, you don't have any others, and you're stuffed. With UDP, phone's knackered, screen's cracked, and I use it for all aspects of buying and selling. That's a very problem, but yeah, it's really annoying when you got a cracked screen. You use it for a lot, because I use my phone for photos, and it's like thinking about it. You're like, oh, okay, right, that and that. I'm like, oh, great, yeah. It's always trying to find what phone you want, because I'm an O2, and then about most average service you get. I've had my number for years and years and years and generations, and I was like, because I didn't have my first phone until I was 15 years old. That sounds alien to you youngsters there, but I had like a little flip thing, the flip thing, and then the one that shut down in a few years, and just used it like pay as you go thing. But yeah, it's a pain. We really need it, but mine should last to Christmas. If not, I get an early Christmas present if it plays up. But then I've got so many things on the front of my screen. For example, nothing there that's not yeah, all these things. Mostly the websites. Oh, that's something. Yeah. Yeah, loads of sites on there that I do use, like to find will it rain dates from Met Office and fees and stuff, and so I've got Z's actual website on there, but you can't transfer those sites when you save them to your phone over to your new phone like everything else you can. So I'll have to go through and put every single one on. There's about 20 on there or more. So it's all right. So it takes about a day, I think, to set up a phone properly. Really annoying, but yeah, you really need a phone, definitely, for reselling. Right, so I'm gonna have a list. After 4 months, damn. I dropped my phone down the toilet a few times. I remember being at work years and years ago, and I dropped my phone down the toilet. I was like, shit. And it was all horrible, and I managed to get it working, use the old rice method or whatever I think it is. And I was like, shit. But yeah, be careful though. Got 75 drafts, but always change once prepped and photoed. Yeah, at the moment, I think I've got about 17, 18, but I should have more when I do these particular ones for the gaming type and that. I don't try and do too many of the same particular ones because I want to do different categories to listing. But yeah, it's always good to have drafts on there and have space to put your drafts where you're working through. Kathy says, got a return request today for some shoes as they have holes in. He says he'll accept a 50% refund if he gets to keep them. Why would you want holey shoes? I'm not going for that. No, particularly not, no. And just try and call his bluff because he probably just do another return request or try and get more money out of you. But then the other point of it is there's a lot of weirdos who want holey shoes because they're a bit sex mad, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Evening, Fixie Boy Selling, thanks for popping in. Just going down the list. If I've got any questions, put them in the chat. Monkford says he's going to Manchester, but going by train, so only stopping for a few hours, providing there's a train strike. Oh shit, yeah. Didn't realise that. Train. Yeah. Aye, that's right. October, innit? The train strike 1 day ago. In UK, we have many train strikes. I don't like working for the conditions. People work in worse conditions than that. Train strikes are resuming in October after unions cancelled their most recent plans due to the Queen's death. So basically, if the Queen hadn't passed away, God rest her soul and all that, you would have had the train strikes already. But because she did, which was a very sad occasion, There's train strikes in October. Yeah. Saturday the 1st of October, Wednesday the 5th of October, and the 8th. So, Pete, when is that meetup then? Is it in days? The 1st, 5th, and the 8th, which is Saturday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So I reckon there will be affected where you're going to meet up in Manchester anyway. Oh, okay, right, yeah. That's what I'm hoping to do, personal stuff with Vinted, but I won't really be pushing back to tell people about that. Might mention it occasionally, but not personally. No worries. Ash, thanks for popping in. Oh, Jonathan Jackson, thanks for popping in. Watching my channel for the first time. Let us know how you found my channel and do you resell, or are you just avid watcher of people who do resell, or let us know about yourself as well. Cheers for popping in, Jonathan. Appreciate that. Bradford tomorrow. I've never been to Fleetwood or Bradford, but yeah. The 15th of October. Okay, right. So it's none of those days then. The 1st, the 5th, and the 8th. But hopefully they won't be any longer than that. But it's a shame I can't go to that particular meetup, but it's just the way it goes. Right. No, not at the moment, but fingers crossed you get there and see some photos online. So, for me at the moment, what have I got coming up on the channel? Friday, I have a vlog where I went around Cobham, near where I live, to the charity shops, and I did a tiny bit of history, which you'll see and hear. So I use a speech one called Speech Yellow, where the Monkey Twister set me up on that one. I went there and go, ooh, really good to use. I was typing it all in. But before it's easier just to do like a little bit of footage, not speaking, and go through that process. So that'd be about Friday evening time, and then I'm off to a jumble sale at Saturday. It's a new time at 12 o'clock, somewhere where I've been before, a very affluent area jumble sale. Basically, if you follow my channel for a long time, it's this year, it's where I got those Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I sold one of those for a nice round sum already. The Blue Eyes White Dragon Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's gone cold. So yeah, I'm going to go there on Saturday. So there'll be some sort of vlog. I don't film in the jumble sales because A, it's too small, B, you get bumped and bashed about, and C, basically I never know when they like to do or not. So I don't. I take a few photographs and do a bit of footage there when I'm on my way there, and when I'm out of the jumble sale. Normally they have items outside and inside. If it doesn't rain at that particular time at 12 o'clock, then I'll be picking up stuff from outside. So this one is, what I can see, is the last one of the year. There is one more on the same day on Saturday, but it was when I went to what was the place? Oh, for flip's sake, near me where I went. Let me get my jumble sale thing. It's the one where I went with Sales Unexpected. Jumble sales. Where are we going? Jumble sales. Where are you? There we go. Finally made it. Worcester Park is jumble sale I went to. I'm not going to there, but the charity shops are lovely down there though. Bang on charity shops and all that. So I'll do that for another time and that. during the winter period. But definitely the last one I can see, particularly jumbo sale, there is an indoor car boot in the beginning of December. I missed the first two. I went one last year and it was crap. But I only go further afield for that. Because there's charity shops are ace. They're the bomb. Not expensive at all. So from where I am to where it is, that's where I want. It's 25-minute journey. It's not that long. So that's on. But yeah, so I got that, and I may, if the ground is okay, because there's a lot of rain down here in Saturday. So if it doesn't be cancelled, I'll probably go to another car boot, not my local, another one. I might do. I'll see what weather's like anyway for that on Sunday. So there might be a video on there. So I don't. Maybe a jumble sale on Saturday. Ooh, Saturday jumbles. Yeah, I do like a good jumble, but it's the last one of the year. Damien says there he's got a jumble there on Saturday. First of the is winter, he hopes. Hopefully get some more jumble sales, because I find with jumble sales, indoor ones, like I have them about usually on a good year. Forget 2021, there was none. And 2020 they stopped in March. So this year they had it from February, usually February, March, April, and possibly May. I don't tend to find any in June, July, August. There was actually one in July that I was surprised by. I met another reseller who was going away next day, and I met her. That's the day it was really, really hot. And said, "Oh, you're Peter Ray from Peter Ray's Ventures." I am indeed. And I chatted to her for a while, and I got really, really warm. And I got home, took my stuff out, and I got a heat stroke, and that was that. But there's one on, but I find like they stop 9 out of 10. Usually, mostly May, June, July, and August, none. And then it's September, October, and possibly November. But there's a couple recently, like last year or so, that have stopped doing jumble sales for good. It's a shame. Like a big book sale that was happening in my local area, which is gone for good now, which was great because I know a lot more about books than I ever did. So shame. Because I went back in 2019 with Pete, and I didn't get anything. So I was like standing there going, hang on a minute, it's too busy, and I didn't know enough about books. But now I could have picked up loads of books, bundles, and stuff. Let's have a look down the list. Hi, Tam Melvin's popping in. Hope all is good. Down the list. But yeah, so jumble sale on Saturday. There'll be a vlog from that, and then probably a car boot, depending how wet it is and if it's cancelled or not on Sunday. But then obviously next week is another week and that, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've just been busy here and there and did more listing and sorting out what I've got and trying to get busy really with that. So I've got any quick questions, pop them in the side chat and I'll answer that as much as I can. Talk about the Royal Mail ones and all the rest of that. Whoa. Oh, okay, cool. That's that. So I'm just going, there we go. Right, what we got there. Anything else I've got to talk about? Trying to think. No, I don't think I have. Particularly, I talked a bit about is this rock and roll or is it more that meets the eye? Oh, hopefully, basically, I always write down beginning of a year where I want to walk. If you don't know, I do a variety of videos on my channel, whether it be reselling content like charity shop, daily vlogs, car boots, thrifting, jumble sales, online stuff. I vlog sometimes like the thunder, sunny bits, concerts I go to, and I go and fair amount of walks. This year I've only gone about 8. I've walked 8 places, which is not a lot for me. I've done anything for a while, but it has stuff planned. I had a walk planned to go to since the May, but basically when I met Derek and Richard, I think it was May or June or something, when they went to the mini run. I got that vlog on my channel, mini run, and they let me use their footage, which was lovely of them. And near there is a park, a lovely park right near, and it's not that far from me. To be fair, it's non-touch park, and I wanted to do that for a while. Same as Paynes Hill Park, which is not far from me, and also I wanted to do a walk from as an area near me, Surbiton, all the way up towards Teddington Lock. It goes lovely route back down to Kingston Bridge, all the way through and up to Hampton Court, and then obviously I'll get the bus back. But it's all been put off because back in May we had a little bit of rain, and then I got busy, and then it really warm weather, and then I went away, and then it'd be warm, and then I've been busy, and then every time I think about going, I've got something to do, like obviously reselling and stuff, or I've got other stuff that I need to do, which are really important. And then if I do go, want to go, I'm going to go. No, it's raining, and I've got to go before it gets really cold. So I haven't really been able to go for many walks lately. Last one I did was when I walked around the grounds of Hampton Court Palace, which was lovely, which I hope to do through Christmas period. And I will talk about Christmas and Vlogmas and that a little bit later on. Welcome to TK, thanks for popping in, appreciate that. But yeah, there will be a few more on the channel coming up. But as I say, I do like to watch a lot of channels when I've got the time throughout, as much as I can. As I say, I said at the start of the near start of the video, hope everyone's okay over in America, because obviously in Florida and places like that, Miami, a number 4 hurricane, like a force hurricane number 4, is coming through and ripping it all apart. There were the 2 YouTubers, Theme Park Worldwide, the Coastal Crazy, who recently went out there, but now they're back doing their bits back here. And then obviously in California and places like that, no water. It's crazy how it is, but hopefully all is good over there in the US of A. But as I say, I will try and get some more videos. I know shorts, YouTube short videos, are doing extremely well lately. I particularly try and do a few shorts when I can, but I haven't been managed to get many done lately. Last one I did was when I did a couple of bits that I sold the other day, and I've done a few. So I might do a couple more of those here and there. I do them when I've got not much content left, particularly. So yeah, let me know what you enjoy, the short videos, the longer ones, the YouTube shorts are under a minute long, all that. So oh, thanks everyone. Kath, thanks for popping in, appreciate that. I'm just about to go myself, so cheers. Minecrafter. The Christmas fair, yeah, that is not far, is it? Christmas fair. Let's have a look. There we go. What's on? Yeah, I'm hoping to go around Christmas as well, because I went in 2019 at Christmas. Halloween. Oh yeah. haven't got Halloween May, yeah. Let's have a look. Halloween. Christmas. Let's go to Christmas. Yeah, the fair. That's the 2nd to the 4th of December. Oh, right. Yeah, I'll have to have a look, see what they do. Okay. I didn't get to go last year or 2019, so I'll have to have a look at that at some point soon. But do a vlog, Richard, and I look forward to that. Right. So talk about raw. I will put the Royal Mail strikes in the description below, comments below as well. And I'm going to end the vlog here. So hope all is well with you. There'll be more videos to come. Just have to be patient. And all I say is like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And keep subscribed for more content on Peter Ray's Adventures. And thanks everyone for popping in. Much appreciating all the comments you've given me and all that. And I shall speak to you very soon, probably on someone else's live video. Take care, everyone. See you later.